He could go up against both of us.
Okay, so we're getting into this first game of one of the semifinals on Frozen Temple. It's going to be a TVZ.
Yep. Azure versus KingK0ng.
And in the bottom right, in the grape purple, we have Azure. I'd say totally different than you.
Yep.
Oh, we got a PP here.
We got a PP.
Wonder what?
Thank you, Scarecrow. It was Orbital Shipyard.
Oh yeah, Orbital Shipyard. Okay.
Luckily, we don't actually need to see our preview screen.
Yeah, something.
I think we just lost Flash or something.
That's weird.
Yeah. Anyway. But we didn't finish the introductions. In the top left, we have our red Zerg player, 4-Team Exile 5.
It's still going, right?
KingK0ng. I believe so.
I can't check. They won't know until 2 minutes later.
I typed something in the chat. Okay, stream's still going.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, we do have that hatch first. We're going to see yet another TVZ for today. And we have confirmation that Azure is on dust. So, you know, that's good to know.
Someone beat the crap out of me. Well, not completely, but mostly. Anyway. So, pool before third hatch.
Yeah, pretty reasonable. Pretty reasonable. You don't really see 3 hatch before pool anymore. Like maybe against Protoss sometimes, but like really like in this matchup, it's like you go 3 hatch before pool. You just invite yourself to die to mass Reaper shenanigans or just like Reaper. You know, I know these guys are great at the like drone control and making extractors, making spores and all that stuff, but like. You know, without being able to get your first few lings out or a queen that early, it can really mess with you.
Reaper on the way to the natural. There are already quite a few lings hatched.
Yep.
So this Reaper probably won't get too much done. The beautiful ballet of Zerg Reaper.
Ooh, gotta be careful there.
I don't know what you would call this. I don't know. I can't think of a cool name. Somebody think of a cool name for me.
This is a pretty good Reaper control there. No lings lost, but a lot of chip damage done. Could have gotten some more significant damage, but great control from KingK0ng as well. You know that Reaper dance that you were talking about. They're just so good at it. It makes me sad because if this happened, I would have lost 3 lings in a drone.
And really quick reaction on pulling those lings back.
Yep.
As hilarious it is to see them get flown into the air.
We're seeing that really fast overload speed again. Now I know this is just becoming common, but like, do you think we're gonna maybe see something to synergize it with it, like maybe an early drop? Or is it just to get that scouting information?
It could be for a drop. There's a pretty good spot from the south near like the 4th. I guess that could be a 4th location.
This one?
No, that's the 3rd.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that one. Right into the main.
Okay. Yeah, just using it for a scout for now. Gets to see everything in there.
He's really pulling that Overlord back.
Yeah. So I'm because of that huge pullback, I'm guessing.
I guess no drops.
Yeah, no drop. Just using it for that information.
So I do love seeing Banelane drops on this map, especially when they do it from the north and the west.
Like when you get both coming down?
Yeah, when they're both coming.
Okay, yeah.
Coming at the same time.
I mean, I just love seeing Banelane drops in general, but
Yeah, well, yeah. I love Zerg drops because they're just so hilarious when the units like come out of the Overlord. They bounce a little.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like they're a little squishy, but they've got some bounciness to them. Oh, metal mine. Oh, good
nice.
move on the Zerglings there. Even getting the Reaper, and this drop should be cleaned up.
Yeah, efficient micro from Azure though.
Really abusing this high and low ground area, but as you mentioned before, the +1 range to Queen anti-air is pretty helpful, and the Spore Crawler berries.
Oh yeah, it burrows a lot faster now.
Triggering the Widow Mine hit with 1 Ling again. Really nice play by KingK0ng. Now this siege tank is going to be really annoying.
Yeah, although once again that +1 queen range can really help with this because you can get a few extra chip shots away on that medevac that's trying to retreat. And there it is, trying to get it.
Crawler is really low.
That was so close. Oh, but I don't think you can keep pushing forward with those queens. Gotta be careful not to lose that one.
Leaving that tank? Okay, so that tank gets picked off.
Yeah, I think you actually had to leave the tank because look at how low the health is on these.
So
you just lose both.
So and that would have been really bad because you would have lost both medevacs and the tank.
Yeah. As much as I'd like to complain that tank evacs are just unkillable, in that moment they were very killable. God, I'm so...
So we got a quick infestation pit coming up for KingK0ng.
Not quite as quick as in one of those, I believe the game versus Aegus, but that was like unnaturally quick, and then made a second one at a more normal time.
We don't know why that was done. Maybe it was a decoy in the infestation pit.
Maybe. The best decoy is the one that leads your opponent to the tech path you were going for anyway.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate mind game.
So 2-2 started immediately for KingK0ng, which I like, and 1-1 just finishing now for Azure.
Oh, and also going for the melee upgrades still. So even though there are a decent number of roaches there, still prioritizing that Ling play, which means we'll probably see a fairly fast... like, Hive's already on the way, but there will probably be an Ultra Den placed pretty much immediately. Oh, Widow Mine drop. Let's see what it gets.
Really quick reaction. Oh, getting...
Still get 6. And this one, only 1.
Yeah, it was just like...
Just
a little bit in range of the drones when that first Widow Mine went on. I thought there was another drop somewhere, but maybe I...
There was, but it was pushed out.
Okay. So going for infestors. Now, I really like infestors not because of like fungal or anything, like that's cool, but I really like neural parasite.
Yes, unfortunately we haven't seen it in a pro game in quite a while, but maybe one day.
I would love to see someone really use that well.
I think the sad thing is like when Legacy was being released, I remember I remember David Kim saying something about how he wanted to like buff neural parasite. Like I think it was like give it another +1 range, and then they said that once, and then they never did it. That it never got tested. Everyone just forgot about it because everyone was like, "What's neural parasite? Is that what even is that upgrade?"
Oh, the fungals and having to unload, but it's already underneath the medevacs and the bile takes everything out.
Yeah.
Really nice catch for KingK0ng.
I mean, it is nice to just get that one unload or the few unloads just to like do something with those units before they die, but yeah, that was a great pickup. Oh, and this harassment coming down here, gonna cancel this 4th base immediately. I'm a little surprised that it was taken at the location because like that's very hard to hold off against a like a heavy Ling player. And yep, there are those Ultralisk chitinous plating, quarter of the way done.
KingK0ng's got a lot of upgrades on the way. I really like the focus on the upgrades here. This base is definitely going down. The armies are also fighting somewhere in the eastern part of the map. I think KingK0ng took that fight. This tank is having a bad day. Just
yeah. I mean, things are looking pretty great for KingK0ng at this moment, and then you have to consider the fact that soon we're going to have 3/3 Adrenal Glands, Chitinous Plating, and Ultralisks. And I think at that point it might just be GG.
Like, this here isn't even meant to kill Azure. It's just meant to like harass him, keep him busy.
Yeah.
I think this might be it for Azure here. KingK0ng has a commanding lead.
Oh, and even hit that Liberator before it started to siege. Knew exactly where it was going.
I don't know how you come back from this as Azure.
Yeah.
Really insane. Okay, if you do that, yeah, if you just walk your units without any.
Yeah, free
protection.
spellcasters is a nice way to get back into the game, but then you have to deal with the Ultralisks. Ultralisk Ling
that are
Ravager.
Almost completely upgraded.
Yeah. Well, this attack isn't going to come in until 3/3 is done anyway. Pathogen Glands on the way.
I don't see Neural Parasite. I think maybe he forgot that?
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
And GG, KingK0ng takes game number 1 in a well-played game by everyone.
Yep, well-played game by everyone. Nice like multi-pronged harassment from Azure. How are we gonna say this?
I don't know. Okay, you just say it the way you want, and I'll say it the way I want. We'll both say it differently. I'll say other things completely different from you.
Okay.
And we won't even address it. We'll just do it.
Okay. Do it live.
Okay, so we're just waiting for them to get set up with game number 2. And where do you think that game really turned around in KingK0ng's favor?
I think it turned around really with the fairly good defense of the drops. You know, the Widowmine shot was the only thing that really did a decent amount of damage. I'd say. Was there anything else? I don't think so, right?
The Infestor.
Okay, yeah, that was like way too late though, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I just like that unit.
But so yeah, I think the good defensive drops really helped with it, and then also losing those 2 medevacs full of units to the fungal bile.
There were a lot of good fungals in that game, which is really unfortunate for Azure, but amazing for KingK0ng. That fungal bile combination is so strong. KingK0ng going for that Battle Zerg.
Yes, Battle Zerg into Ultralisk, which is the ultimate battle composition.
Mm-hmm. And those units, I mean, they tried to kite those Ultras, but eventually they just got up against a wall.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Now, you know, as a Zerg player, I'm going to say something controversial.
Okay.
And you know, my brethren in the chat might freak out at me. But I think the Queen and Spore buff should have been met with an Ultra nerf.
Okay, so why do you think that? What makes the Queen Spore buff so game changing that the Ultra needs a nerf?
So I think it comes down to the fact that like Zerg can defend harassment now, right? Like having those few extra queens can push out liberators, can help push out drops. Like those 3 queens almost dealt with almost killed the 2 medevacs that were doing tank harassment. So like it allows Zerg to get into late game, get up to Hive on an even footing, and then once those Ultralists were out, there was basically nothing that could have been done about it, right?
We'll see. I mean, let him start.
Oh yes. just my opinion. We'll see how the balance goes. Like, I'm certainly not like, I'm certainly not the best player in the world. I'm not, I'm not the balance guru.
Well, you have to really see how players adapt to it too.
That's true.
Because you're obviously not going to play the same against queens and spore crawlers, which sounds weird. But because you can move your building around, it's not going to be the same. So you obviously have to make some changes.
Yes, that's true. We'll see how the meta adapts. Maybe Terrans will find a way.
I'm sure they can if they put their mind to it.
Yes. You want to bring us in?
Okay, so in the top left, in the Jolly Rancher red, we have KingK0ng.
And in the bottom right, our Team Dust player, Dust Gaming, I believe. Anyway, in the purple, Azure. I'm just going to say it both times.
Okay.
Because that's completely necessary.
Sure thing. So, this natural, the mineral rocks are facing your opponent, even with dead space.
Yeah. So that brings up the question: Will this be the game we actually see Liberators?
Like, we did see Liberators in other ones, but they weren't really used for harass.
Yeah.
They were more used for zoning in battles.
They were like army support Liberators.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, will we see a Liberator harass? I just don't know. I'm not too sure. A lot of Terrans are just like taking those builds out of their book. They're like, nope, done it, not gonna do it anymore. But like, it's at that moment that you can sort of like cycle them back in, right? Because less people are expecting it.
If no one's using them, then no one's defending against them, and since no one's defending them against them, you start using them again.
Yeah, and if nobody's making spores and extra queens, then the buff did nothing. So maybe we'll see some sort of Liberator harass. We might be a little too early into the meta cycle of that, because it only has been like less than a week, I believe. Maybe a week. I can't quite remember
what the date was. Okay, so we got a little dance going on at the Zerg base. Oh,
Ling goes down.
Ling. Something's not right here. There are an odd number of Zerglings.
I guess it might be because of that darn Reaper. That meddling Reaper.
So Lings are going to slowly pick away at the rocks to open up this pathway. Make it a lot harder for the Terran to harass that base. There's that really annoying spot, like just underneath the ramp, where you can like put a couple of tanks and
like here?
Yeah, right around there. And you can hit your mineral line from there.
Mm-hmm. And those are just so much more annoying than they used to be because of the tankovacs.
That Reaper.
Yeah, it really wants to find this third base.
Indecision. Which way am I going?
So it looks like we probably are not going to see that Liberator.
Well, it's drone. Come on, drone, you can make it. Just made it.
That was so close. If KingK0ng wasn't on that immediately, that would just be a dead drone and a super delayed third base.
Nice positioning on that grenade. The Reaper does go down, though. I just think it's so funny how all the people in the chat are right. They just need 9 armor. That's right.
Not enough armor on the Ultralisk.
That's correct. Okay, so we've got a Liberator on the way.
Okay. Oh. Gets killed before it unloads. And
that medevac is going down, and neither of these Widow Mines get to burrow.
That is game changing right there.
Really unfortunate for Azure. So we'll see what this Liberator can get done.
It's actually reactor liberators. That's interesting. So you're gonna get 2 out, and there's already a spore in production. Yeah, it burrows insanely fast.
Okay, so these liberators need to get something done for Azure, and KingK0ng not taking any risks here. 2 spores in optimal positions.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, KingK0ng's like, well, you just lost all of that for nothing. Like, I'm just not going to take damage, and then hopefully I can just keep my advantage going into the late game.
And this Overlord gets a full scout of the base, sees the 3rd. It will die, which I believe will supply block him momentarily. So where is that other Liberator gone?
The other Liberator, that's a great question.
Okay.
Middle of the map. So it's not going for that exposed natural. Going to try and hit the main, but it's going to get scouted. And
scouting creep tumors.
Yep. Well, one of the natural advantages of being Zerg is, right, you just get that energy unit, the creep tumor. Oh my god, this is... So we got a spore here and a queen and the 3 ravagers needed to one-hit this.
Oh, that poor Ling. Didn't need to die. So that unfortunately did not get the damage done that Azure needed. I'm not sure where these 2 Marines are going. Oh, that one, I don't even think got to siege up.
No, this is
not going well for Azure.
Yeah, this could be a lot better.
Well, he does have a 3rd, though. He's mining from it now.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunker on the way to help protect.
Yeah, establishing this wall is going to help quite a bit because we do have KingK0ng prioritizing those Ling upgrades again, so we're going to be going for the more nimble army instead of that battle Zerg. Oh god, I gotta say, hearing that in the GSL and Pro League, Taste was calling it battle Zerg, I thought it was really dumb. And now I can't stop saying it.
Really? I thought it was hilarious.
Well, it is hilarious, but I don't know. I still think it's dumb, and I'm still going to keep saying it.
We have 3 extra barracks being made here. Combat Shield just started now. So, will this be the game that Pathogen Glands is upgraded?
Well, I think we saw Pathogen last game, too.
Oh,
right?
wait, no. I take that back. Neural Parasite.
Maybe.
See, my subconscious brain doesn't even want me to say it. It's like, don't... my brain is like, don't sound stupid on stream. No, it's that's what I want.
So, instead of the usual, don't do math on stream, you're just don't talk about Neural Parasite.
Yeah.
Like, you're actually quite good at doing math in quick situations. Just don't talk about Neural Parasite.
Oh, nice stutter stepping out of that bile there. Picking up, just getting out of the way. Want to get away from those infestors. Had a little bit of trouble last game with the fungal. Azure really needs to hold on if they want to get out and play in the finals.
Yep.
And there is a lot on the line there. We have a money prize and 2 different types of points prize, which leads to more money prize.
Yep. We got the Strivewire points for our monthly finals. We've got the OSC points for all of their events. And we even have the OSC bounties. And I believe that KingK0ng has one on his head. So anyone who defeats KingK0ng in a series gets just like a cash prize from the OSC.
Now that medevac did escape that fungal, so that was good for Azure there. Dropping in 2 locations now. The back of that mineral line, is that the 4th? I'm going to say that's the 4th.
Yep.
And from the west side of the east.
Yeah, now, really pulling out of position.
I gotta say, KingK0ng's creep spread, all of these games, has been really on target.
Yeah.
Not letting it get thin anywhere. Remaking it almost immediately. Oh, but I know, and I don't want anyone to feel like bad, but that just wasn't very good.
focus was in a different place at the time.
Happens to everyone.
Just don't take out your frustrations on the Ursidon.
Yeah, there's only...
Ursidac.
Oh, that's the cat, too. There's only 2 of them in this map.
Yeah, they're an endangered species. Plus, you're killing, like, animal babies.
Yeah, that's just completely unnecessary when you have a Zerg Swarm to take care of.
Exactly. Like, I guess unless you're eating it.
So we have ghosts on the way for Azure.
Oh.
And, oh, wow.
Okay, well, ghosts are a nice, nice choice here, because you can try and get that snipe off on the Ultralisk. If your ghost can avoid being fungal, then they will land it, and, like, a few good snipes will destroy Ultralisk because the snipes themselves ignore the armor. So that's a huge deal.
So Azure is opting to take this more forward 4th base as a planetary.
Yeah, I like that. I like that choice here. But the issue with it is it does leave you a little exposed for this 3rd base. And, this wall's going to get picked off. But I believe this might be an overextension by KingK0ng. He's getting trapped in here, and he's going to have to land some good biles.
So fungals do go down. That Ultralisk is taken out. Even the SCV's trying to help out.
This is not a good position, though.
You don't want Ravagers on their own. That was another great fungal, but all these medevacs are really high energy. What a huge fungal in the north. All those units just so close to dead, and
but
that army
not dead.
Yeah, that's the key there. They're not dead yet, and the army of KingK0ng has been sizably decreased.
Yeah, that was just not a good engagement. Getting caught out there. It was a great trap by Azure.
But the 4th was, I believe, taken out, or did they cancel the plan? I totally wasn't watching.
It must have been taken out. I didn't see what took it out there. It could have been a counterattack, I suppose. Sorry, everybody. We missed it.
Yeah. I know we're in observer mode, but that doesn't mean we're God.
Not yet.
Oh, I thought those drones were going to go fight. I was like, whoa. Those drones don't want to hang out with those Ultralisk. So continuing to take out more creep tumors. Look how far the creep is on this map.
Yeah. It's a great spread.
Like, that's really well spread. And these Ultras going to come from both sides. You immediately have to pick up there.
But Azure's actually being quite vigilant with the 1, continued harassment, and 2, just keeping that creep pushed back at least a little bit. KingK0ng's on the spreading, but that was a big shove back that was done with the creep. Like, this entire area was completely covered.
Well, another drop at the 3rd. But this base is getting very close to mined out now. So even if it does get taken out, and KingK0ng has, I think, the forward base as well as the base to the east.
Taking it now, yeah.
Okay, so it's coming up now. So even if that 3rd base does get taken out, it wouldn't be catastrophic. These corruptors, like the addition of these just 2 corruptors has been very interesting. Just doing that a little bit of extra damage to the medevacs since they can only target air and do that, I don't know what it's called, corruptor building burn.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if we're going to get to see that this game, but we might. We very well might.
This bio army has no medevac support. It's got to run so far away to, okay, not that far away. Never mind.
Gets back safely. Now, the big issue I'm seeing for Azure is, like, doing a good job with the harassment, taking out a bunch of the army units as well, but the Ultralisks aren't dying, and the Ultralisk count just keeps.
How many ghosts are?
getting
That's
higher.
a lot of ghosts.
Oh, the snipes!
Snipes!
Oh, that is huge. Gets 3 free Ultralisks.
Blinding Cloud does go down, and there is not enough healing power with this army.
Oh my god, that Blinding Cloud was disgusting. All of the Marines and Marauders just walked into the Ultralisks, right into the meadows.
Setting up some liberation zones. You don't want to fight underneath those. And if you can, there's probably another way. Now, a lot of these units are really low once again, but as you mentioned before, they're not dead.
Yeah, and I was just saying how the Ultralists haven't died, but now they're, like, a lot of them went down there. 8 more on the way, but that's a big investment.
There are only 2 medevacs with this army. 2.
2 medevacs being strained quite a bit. This one's going to run out of energy before these things are all healed. Are there more? Yeah, more medevacs on the way, but I believe there's only just 1 starport with a reactor.
Even though those Ultralists were taken out, KingK0ng still has quite a lead in both army and workers. And the creep, it has been pushed back a bit, but there's not enough medevacs here. Now that fungal was huge. These Ultras taking out all of the Bio Army. The Corruptors going after the Liberators. And what is there left for Azure?
I'll tell you what, not enough. Not enough. Gonna try and hold at this planetary, getting the repair going.
Huge fungal on the SCVs.
Oh.
If that were neural parasite, it'd be even more hilarious. This planetary is gonna go down, and that's probably, we're gonna see GG any second now. But Azure holding on, doing their best. They gotta win this game somehow if they want to move on to the finals. I just don't think it's possible. I really don't think it is. But okay, so GG, KingK0ng takes that one. Some really crazy things would have had to happen for Azure to take it.